Sportowe emocje pod koszem zapewnia Anwil, sponsor strategiczny klubu.
Dzień dobry, witam wszystkich kibiców koszykówki. Dawno nas nie było tutaj w tym miejscu, dawno nie było żadnego wywiadu z koszykarzem Anwilu Włocławek, ale oto jesteśmy. Kyndall Dykes, KD. Hello. Dzień dobry.
Dzień dobry.
Dzień dobry. KD, jak doskonale wszyscy wiecie, KD właśnie rehabilituje się po kontuzji, której doznał w meczu z MKS-em Dąbrowa Górnicza. Humorystycznie tak czarował ten kosz na naszym halloweenowym filmiku, że zaczarował sam siebie. KD, I just said that you were in our last Halloween movie, you were charming the opponent, and unfortunately these charms, this wishing came back to you as a result of the injury. Obviously it's just a humorous situation,
Yeah.
but how's the situation right now? That's the most important issue at the moment.
It's a lot better than I expected, initially. Like I say, there's no surgery.
Yep.
My rehab is going good. Like I'm not in any pain. I can walk normal. It's just, certain moves I can't, do right now. But, I'm not stressed about it like I was. I was actually, stressed out that night, the next day, just because I'm not used to being injured, and I haven't been injured in, I don't know how long. So when I got that news, and then 2 days later, I woke up and I'm like, okay, I can walk normal. It's not hurting. It's kind of weird, but I was happy. So, now I'm not stressing about it. Just, continue every day, and I know that it's not gonna take a long time for me to get back.
What do you mean, not a long time? We were very full of restraint during informing, because we didn't want to put any pressure on you, on the situation. How much it takes.
It's not as long as people think. Let's say that.
You'll be quick. You want to be quicker.
It's not as long. I don't want to put a timetable on it, but trust me when I say it's not as long as people think. Because, when my mom and my brother and everybody saw the signs at the game, they had to call me back and was like, "Hey, are you out for a long time? Are you out for the season?" Because there was so much love with that. It just kind of made a lot of friends wait, are you out for the season? What's going on? Because I hadn't told nobody that I was injured. Because I told you, I was just so frustrated about it. I only told my mom, my brother. It was 3 people I told. So nobody knew that I was actually injured.
And nobody will know any details until
they saw when they saw back home, when they saw me repost this, I got messages after messages from family, friends, and everybody home what's going on? You out for the season? What happened? Because I hadn't told nobody, because I literally was I was at a mental stage I am hurt and this is real. So I didn't want to say anything until I found out exactly what happened.
So not a specific date, but there is a light in this tunnel for sure.
The light is bright.
Yes.
Listen, the light is bright.
But I wanted to ask you about this. One of your tweets that you tweeted is the first injury during your professional career, 12 years.
I missed one game. No. I missed a game. I only missed one game due to injury. So of course I've been hurt, and I've played with minor sprains and things hurting, sore back, knees, ankles. I've played with that, but I've never missed a game. Never. I missed one game. I was in Beirut, and I missed the game
2-3 seasons ago, probably.
Yeah. This was before I went to when I was with Aseko.
Yep.
Before that, so I missed one game due to my knee, and I only missed one game. So, I didn't play. They stopped the season because of all the stuff that was going on. But I only missed that one game because of that. And previously before that, I just, even when something hurt, I always found a way to play. So it was I was like a little kid that I was so frustrated that I'm really missing this game. And it really took a toll on me. I'm really missing the game. And I started to go back and think about every team I played for. And I was like, wait, before I tweeted that, I said, let me go back and think. Before I tweeted, I was like, did I miss a game? And I'm like, no. I called my brother. I'm like, yo, when is the last time I missed a game?
And what he said? Don't remember.
He remembered college.
Oh.
College.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't remember you missing a game.
So we need to back to 2009 or
2008, 2009. Where he remembered me
Yes.
missing games due to injury, and I literally sat down for at least 20 minutes, like, no, not that season, not that season. Okay, I was, feeling pain here, I was hurt there, but I played. I always played, so I didn't know how to not play. So being at the game, I smiled the whole game. It hurt me so much to watch that game.
That game?
Yes.
Against Trev?
It hurt me so much to watch that game. Now, I smiled the whole game, but listen to me, it hurt me so bad not to play.
What about your emotions? Because I know what you said to me. I was standing next to you when the fans started to shout out your name. And what were your emotions?
Oh, man, it was crazy. Like, I really, it was like you being loved. Like, and being loved by someone, like, when you be loved by, when you know someone loves you, like, it's like the first time you're like, okay, this person really loved me. Yeah. It's like thousands of fans, like, okay, we know, the connection with the fans, but it's like at a moment of me being injured and me being out, like, they showed even more love than me, shooting the basketball, playing defense, doing that. So that, I was like, okay.
Can I tell what did you tell me? Mm-hmm. Can I tell officially?
Yeah.
You told that I would try to not cry.
Yeah. I'm telling, because that, and then that was the last thing that really hit me and said, you're not playing in this game. So as good as it felt, that I was like, I have thousands of people behind me, want to see me get better. That was the last trigger that, listen, you're not playing. Go sit down. You're not playing.
You just can't be a first fan.
And I'm like, yes. Yeah. And I sat down too. I went sat down. I'm like, I'm not playing. So, but I loved it. I mean, that was that's something you hope that you can have from an organization, from fans, because I played for teams that had great fans, but it was always, they were at their greatest when you're on the floor. When you're winning, when you're shooting the ball, you're dunking, you're doing this, of course they're at their greatest because you're winning. But now, not even on the floor, they know I'm not playing, and I felt like the love was even more with me not playing than actually being on the floor. And that literally, I was like, okay, I gotta hurry up to get
maybe
back
this, this kind of a bit of positivity.
Yeah, definitely. No, it was a lot. That helps.
Because it influenced on you for sure.
To know that they're all behind you, even at your worst time, at your, being injured.
But when we were looking at you during the game, for example, when Marcin, one of the youngest guys, scored his first points in the highest division, you were crazy. You would be on the floor. You were dancing, standing, jumping, things like this. So it means you got involved.
Yeah, as I said, being around, when you're around the guys and you know how hard, I see him work hard every day at practice. I'm with him every day at practice. So I see him work hard, and just to have that friendship with them, and it's not just basketball. So it turned, of course, when I first got here, it was just basketball. We just got here, we get to know each other, and it literally turned into more than just basketball. It's we communicate off the court. And I've been on teams where I didn't communicate with everybody off the court. We just came to work, we did our job, we played basketball. Once we leave out the gym, we're not friends. I've been on teams like that. So this is not one of those teams. And to see him go out there and he score, get an and one, I'm just as excited as if I scored it, James scored it. It's even more for him because we see him work hard, like I said, and we see the potential that he's good. He's going to be really good because he works so hard. And it's all that hard work just paid off in front of the home crowd. That makes it even more special.
His city. He was born here.
That's what I'm saying. That makes it 10 times special to do that here.
I've got a question number 10 or 12 in this interview, but I want to ask you right now. This kind of maturity and taking care of younger guys, is there any connection with the change of your Twitter nickname? Uncle KD right now?
Yeah, that came from the guys. That Twitter name came from the team. It actually came from Bam Bam, our young guy so it was his birthday. And Jonah and James, they clown me all the time about me being older than them. Because at one point I thought James was older than me.
Yep.
And they clown me being old and being older than them. So it was his birthday, and I posted a picture of me and him, and I called him nephew in the locker room. And when he put that on Instagram and called me Uncle KD, listen, I laughed so much. I sent that to the guys like, yo, he just called me Uncle. And then the next day, here comes Jonah. What's up, Uncle KD? So now he calls me that all the time now.
So it stayed.
Yeah, it stayed. And when everybody kept calling him, when they kept saying it to me, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna change my name on Twitter then. And that's what they've been doing. So, I mean, I love it. Like I said, I love it because that just shows everybody energy and all the, like just taking anything to be positive and having us, being close together. Like they called me Uncle KD. They're like, well, you uncle, but you still could get out there and play. And that's my line to them. I'm like, I'm old.
Do you feel yourself as an old guy, as an uncle?
I'm like, I'm old, but
KD, or not? Huh? Do you feel yourself as an old guy, old player, Uncle KD, or not yet?
On the floor playing?
No.
I'm in some of the best shape of my life. No. But I feel myself old when it's certain moments in the game, and then I go like grab somebody, and I'm like, yo, calm down. Like, listen, we need you here. Like, we need you to. And then it's like after that moment's over, and after the game, and then they'll come back to me like, y'all appreciate it. I'm like, that's what my old guys used to do to me when I was younger and I was hyped. Come grab me like, hey, calm down. Keep your head. We need you. And I'm like, now I'm doing that. And it's like, but I'm still out here playing. Because it was always older guys who didn't play much that did it to me. Who watched it, they were on the team, but they wasn't playing a lot of minutes. So they go see a lot more. And at timeouts, and they'll grab me like, hey, calm down, man. I know this. You see, and now I'm actually doing that on the floor, and I'm like, yeah, I'm old. Yeah. So, I mean, it's cool though.
How do you find yourself being one of the oldest guys, most experienced guys on the team?
This is my first year. First year being one of the oldest guys on the team. First year.
Really?
Happened to me twice this year. So when I went to national team, I didn't realize I was the oldest guy on the national team. Yes.
No way.
I'm the oldest guy. So I don't look like the oldest guy on the team, but I am. So we were doing like this little drill or something, like it was like right after practice. And they were like, youngest to oldest. And then our coach was like, no. The oldest first. So I'm looking around like, I thought at least two of the guys were older than me. At least two of them. They're like, go KD. I'm like, for what? They're like, you the oldest. I'm like, no, I'm not. There's like, how old are you? I'm like, I'm 33. It's like, yeah, you the oldest. I'm like, what? Like, so now I start asking everybody their age. I'm like, oh my God. Like that was the first team I've been the oldest. And this is the first like team, being in Europe itself that I'm number two. Never been one of the older guys like that. Like,
but does it change anything when it comes to your attitude, mental attitude, or? Okay, so does it change anything when it comes to taking responsibility?
No. I mean, because I've always been a guy who wanted, like when I started to play and I started to understand basketball and started in my mind to feel like, okay, I'm a good basketball player. Like I always wanted that responsibility, like at the end of games. I always wanted to be that guy to let's make the play. I'll take it because, again, a lot of this came from my brother because he's always telling me, he's like, listen, only two things can happen. You can make the play or you can't. So if you feel comfortable doing it, live with the results. So now I'm like, it's for over the years, it's like, okay, I want to be that guy. Like, even I remember my second year playing, I was in Romania, we won the championship, like, and I wanted to take the shot in the finals, like, coach, give me the ball. And I'm 22, 23.
You made the shot?
I'm 20. I actually did. I didn't hit the game. I hit the go-ahead shot. And then we came down and, it was still more possessions, but it was a critical moment in the game. And I'm like, coach, give me the ball. I'm 23. I'm on the team. I was one of the youngest guys on the team. And I'm like, coach, give me the ball. And everybody's looking at me like, give me the ball. The older guy's like, come on, coach. But at that point, he loved my energy of like wanting to do that. So I guess that kind of stuck with me over the years. And now I can definitely live with the results of any situation.
Generally, the age doesn't matter.
To me, no. I like to use it as I'm older, right? but I'm gonna still play. You're not gonna score on me. I'm gonna score on you. Now, how does that make you feel that an old guy stopped you from scoring?
Okay.
How does you feel that an old guy is scoring on you?
And what did he reply?
A lot of people just look at me like, you're not that old. You just saying that, but that's my thing. If somebody ever calls me old playing basketball, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna show you.
When you look back about on career, 12 years, it's a long time.
Yeah, long time. I didn't think I was gonna play this long.
You're choosing from the beginning of your career. You're choosing exotic countries to play in. Exotic when it comes to culture, different from what you knew from your background, New Orleans,
Absolutely.
Louisiana, and different when it comes to basketball, as well. I think.
Yeah.
And what was your determination? Why?
So I only played basketball because my brother played. That was my only reason of playing basketball. I played baseball. I was a baseball guy. So my dad played baseball, my brother played baseball, and they played baseball and basketball, but I never was big on basketball. I don't know why. I just never was that big on it. I only did it because of him. So for me, once I went to college, he actually was in college. My freshman year, he actually was in college. He went back to school. So he stopped going because he had my nephew. So he left college to go, be with his family, take care of my nephew. And from that point, that was my senior year in high school. That was my motivation to keep playing basketball because he was really good. Like, he was really good, and he had to stop. He had, Katrina happened. We was going to college. He went away, but he just couldn't do it because Katrina happened. His son is a baby. It's like, no, I gotta go. I'm gonna leave this basketball behind. I'm gonna take care. I'm gonna take care of my son. So by me seeing him do that, I'm like, okay, it got to be me now. So this is why I play basketball. Like, for no other, it was no other reason why I play basketball because of him and my dad. He's actually the reason I'm 00 first. He's the reason I picked 00 first.
Because he was playing zero.
That was his high school number.
Okay.
So in high school, I couldn't pick 00. For whatever reason, we couldn't wear 00, so I wore 30. We couldn't wear 00, we couldn't wear 0, so I wore 30. I was like, okay, we're just gonna have a 0 in it. And once I went to my university, it was a choice of numbers, 00. And everybody asked, why you wear 00? 00. And it was because of him. And then, like I said, from now on was my motivation because he stopped playing. And I know that he could have continued to play in college at least, but he didn't, and he was the reason why. The only reason. Like, no, it was no other reason at all but him.
Great story. Great story. Probably nobody knows about this kind of motivation, determination.
Not in detailed, no, but they know that me and my brother are real close. We're still close, so they know that he's like a father. Like he's that father to me.
How much older he's?
4 years.
4 years. Oh.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're relatively, it's close, but he knows, like, everyone who knows me knows my brother means the world to me. Like, that's my guy. So it's a lot of things that I followed behind him as a kid, watching him do, but basketball was one of the things that I was like, I'm going to play because he played. Because, again, I was the best player in baseball in New Orleans my senior year.
The best?
The best in baseball in the whole city.
But the best?
The best.
Number one?
Number one. I was player of the year in baseball.
Really?
Player of the year. Not basketball. Baseball.
Baseball, I know.
Nobody ever believed that.
Yes.
Nobody, like, people now, they're like, no way. I'm like, yeah.
You don't regret right now?
I wouldn't call it a regret. I should have played both in college. I had the opportunity to, but like I said, that basketball motivation took over. So it was like, you know what? If I'm not gonna do it 100%, then there's no need to even go out there and do it. But I knew I was doing basketball 1,000% when I got to my university because, like I said, I went back home. I played at the University of New Orleans. Family, friends, brother. I'm doing this 1,000%, no questions asked. So I wouldn't say, I'll say I regret it a little bit because I still play in the summer.
Okay, really.
Yeah, I still play in the summer, so that's my little.
But if you had chosen baseball instead of basketball, probably you would have never come to Europe because probably I never heard about any kind of European league when it comes to baseball.
I don't think I would have.
Katie, what about your professional career? Romania, Ukraine, Israel for a short period, Italy shortly, but also Lebanon, Bahrain, exotic countries as I said before. Why? Why not Spain? People, American players, they dream, they think about playing in the NBA first.
Yeah.
But if I can't, okay, maybe I will go to Spain, Italy, France. Okay, maybe Japan because of money, Korea, things like this. But the stronger league, the better.
In the beginning of my career, I didn't think that way.
Okay.
I didn't care what league it was. Y'all was gonna pay me, I was coming.
Okay.
Like that. In the beginning, it was like, no, if you gonna pay me, I'm coming. Why? Because when I finished college, you know, my brother told me, my brother said, you know, of course I was chasing that dream of thinking I could play in the NBA, this and that. And my brother's, he's that straight shooter. He's not gonna sugarcoat nothing. I finished school, we did some workouts, this and that. And he was like, listen, bro, like, you gotta look at other routes. Like, you gotta look at overseas. I'm like, I never thought about overseas. I only learned about overseas in history class. Like, I wasn't thinking about playing basketball overseas. Like, this is the route we gotta go. This is the route we gotta go, you know? So, once he said that, and then I really sat down and locked in on it, I'm like, okay. And then some, you know, offers started coming from different. See, a lot of people don't know. I went to Morocco first. I didn't go to Romania first.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't find this kind of information.
Because I didn't play a game.
Okay.
I didn't play a game.
What was it? The preseason?
No, it was during the season.
Okay.
I was there for a month and a half.
Without any playing?
I didn't play because in Morocco they had a rule where you can have 3 foreigners. You can have 4 on the roster, but 3 can play. So
You were number 4.
I was number 4, and I signed during the season. So I went out there in like middle of October,
Okay.
November, something like that. And the team was undefeated. So I signed to, this is me not doing, this is my first year, I don't know, I'm not doing research, I'm not researching the team. I'm like, they gonna pay me? I'm going. Why not? I'm at home, I'm just working out, and you know, I'm not getting no money. I'm not making no money. I'm working out towards my goal, but I'm not gonna turn down the money. Morocco, Africa, I'm like, okay. First of all, where is Morocco? Let's see where Morocco is. Going to Africa?
North Africa?
Let's go. I go, and you know, like the coach said, the coach liked me. He was like, I like you, I want you to stay with us. He's like, but listen, I'm not changing, you know, no players. I'm not sitting someone out, I'm undefeated. He's like, don't get me wrong, I don't want you to play for nobody else in this league, but I want you to stay with us. But you know, if something happens, okay, if we lose a couple games, something goes bad, you're gonna play right away. I can't tell you when you're gonna play. So at first I'm like, okay, y'all still gonna pay me, right? He's like, yeah, you're still gonna get paid. A couple weeks go by and I'm like, I'm just practicing. I'm watching the games, we're winning. Of course I'm happy we're winning because I'm happy I'm getting money, but the competitive in me as a rookie, I'm like, no, I gotta play. I can't sit here, I gotta play. I stayed that first month and I'm calling my brother and I'm complaining. I am complaining. I'm like, yo, I can't do this. What you can't do? I'm not playing basketball. Like, I'm not, he's like, you getting paid? Yeah, you getting all your money? Yeah. Well, stop complaining. Something's gonna come up. He's like, and he was that guy, like, something's gonna come up. No, it's not. I'm like, no, it's not. Nothing's gonna come up. I'm just gonna sit here. But I was a rookie, so I went to the coach after it was like a month and a half. And one of my guys was actually playing in Hungary. And he knew the team in Romania was looking for a guard. So he was like, hey, if you can get out your contract, I can go talk to him to see, you know, what we can do. And all I had to hear was that. I went to the coach, I went to the president, I was like, listen, you know, I appreciate the opportunity, this and that, like, I can't do it. And before I even had the contract, he told me that there's a possibility that—
Just a chance, little chance.
I was like, that's it. I got that salary, I left, went home, worked out, and it all worked itself out. But then it's Romania, played there. Then I think I went to Ukraine after that. I was in Ukraine for 2 years.
But I think Romania was for 3 years.
It was so my first was 2.5.
It was the club of Cluj-Napoca.
Cluj, yeah. So I did 2.5 years because I actually went halfway through the season.
Okay.
And we went to the finals.
Yes.
We ended up losing, but I played well, so I re-signed. So that would be like my first complete season. We won a championship that year, and of course I re-signed again, which made that 2.5 seasons. And after that season, we lost in the semifinals in like Game 5. We lost in the semis, to go back to the finals, and then I had offers from all over Europe, and I chose Ukraine. So.
And two clubs 2 years later, it was Israel, Romania, once again in Cluj-Napoca.
Then went back. Yeah, I was in.
So this is the question: is it some kind of special club, special organization for you? Because in total, 6 seasons, 5.5, probably.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely. It was. The thing with me was, it was the love that was shown. Of course, once I had to prove myself. Once I got there, I had to prove myself, and prove myself that after that half a season, I proved myself that next season, and the organization was good to me. That they were professional. They were definitely professional. For me, for it being my second year, I didn't know what to expect. Mm-hmm. So what I got from them was all good. They handled every situation. I feel like they handled every situation that helped me, in my behalf. Meaning every situation didn't go as our plan, but it was, if I had a problem, I went to the president or I went to, the manager or something. We sat down, we talked, we tried to figure it out. Because as a rookie, I have 1,000 questions because, I'm like, I'm here. My best friend was playing. At that time, my best friend was playing in Serbia, in Belgrade. So the only impression I had of Europe was through him. He was playing EuroLeague. So at that point, it's like
incomparable.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you didn't know that.
I didn't know. So I was basically living through him when I got to Europe. So I had a lot of questions, but they actually would sit down and they were talking to me. And me and the president had a great relationship. And the players and our team stayed together for those 2 or 3 years. We probably added 1 or 2 players, but it was all together, and it was definitely a connection. So the fans were great to me, so it was
How big was this culture shock?
It took me years.
Years?
Years with an S.
Like what years? It can be 2 or it can be also 9.
I'm gonna say I got used to just the general culture after year 4, 5 when I got to Ukraine.
Which team? This first or
my second team?
Second.
The second
Lvov,
team.
Polish
Lvov.
city. You know that?
Yeah, Lvov.
Historical Polish city.
That was okay. This is Europe. This is your life. This is what you're dealing with.
In Europe.
This is me because first off, it was food. So when I got to Romania, I wasn't eating anything. I kid you not. I was eating McDonald's and KFC.
Only. Drinking cola.
All the time. Because I'm where I'm from, we seasoning, Cajun, spices. That's what I grew up on. Seafood.
Yes.
I grew up on these soul food. And I'm going to Romania. I'm not getting nothing that even remotely tastes the same.
Chicken is pretty the same everywhere.
See, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. So I can tell you, my first year and a half in Romania was bad. I never forget it. I got food poisoning at least 3 times. At least 3 times.
At least 3 times.
At least 3 that I can remember where I had to go to the hospital because I was trying something and it didn't agree with me. And I was throwing up on the toilet. I had to go get IVs, get injections to get my stomach. It was bad for me. It was bad. I ain't gonna say I got used to it. I started to send my seasoning stuff from home. I started to get packages from home, trying to, but on the road, I'm still eating McDonald's before games.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm eating KFC before the game. I'm still playing well now. And when people started to see, like fans started to see me at McDonald's before games, it's like, wait, whoa. You got a game.
What could they think? It's not professional, right?
I don't believe that. You know, you like what you like. You know, on paper, yes. You know, professionals are supposed to eat healthy. But everyone is not the same because everyone didn't grow up and eat the same. So you know what your body can take. You know what your body can handle. You know, so when fans started to see me at McDonald's, at Pizza Hut, like before the game, it's like, what's going on? And then I go out there and, you know, I'm playing well, we're winning. And then they see me again eating, I'm in the mall eating pizza, you know, for a pregame meal. And it's like, you know, when coaches come to me like, yo, what's going on? Why, you know, fans say you're eating this. I'm like, yeah. They're like, yo, that's not healthy. You need to eat, you know, certain things. I'm like, I just can't do that because I need to have a full stomach when I'm playing basketball. I don't need to go eat this, you know, they was giving us like gluten-free pasta. And it wasn't, I was eating that and I would wake up out of my nap, pregame nap, and I'm hungry. I can't go play basketball hungry. So you know what? I'm gonna go get these 2 double cheeseburgers and this fries and this, you know.
So what changed in this? You said that all of the problems disappeared. Maybe not disappeared, but they decreased.
It decreased because
through the years, as you said, it was Lvov, Ukraine.
Yeah.
When something changed, and what changed, and how changed?
The food. The food was great out there.
No.
The food was great out there.
Like in Polish cuisine.
Huh?
Like in Polish.
Yeah, the food. Yeah, the food was. It was like I can relate more to the food in Ukraine. Like it was actually with some seasoning, some spices. So now I don't have to eat McDonald's. You know, I don't have to eat these other things so much. And when I realized myself, I'm like starting to try a little, you know, Ukrainian stuff. And I'm like, okay, it's not bad.
Not so bad, right?
I'm like, okay, I'm turning into like, I'm Europe now. I'm a part of Europe now, you know, so that started it, you know, far as the food. And then I started to understand, you know, people's culture. Even when I started to understand Romanian culture, like it just helped me. It helped me through my time there. Cause now I understand you, or I understand you more than I did before. So that kind of helped me relate to people more, you know, relate to the city. Like I say, plus the food, and then once, you know, I feel like I can relate to a lot of people. I feel like I'm open enough to talk to, you know, certain people, or understand your culture and understand why you do things, you know, in your city. So once I did that, once I got to Ukraine was different. But once I understood it, I got comfortable with it. Like it changed my whole perspective on Europe. So after that, I knew that I could play in any country and adapt to it fast.
Right now, when you're talking about this, your career and this kind of details, I'm thinking about why you, or maybe you tried, but why you have never landed in France. Because French culture is the most similar to something you can know from New Orleans, right? You told me one day in the past that you were growing up in the French headquarters or like, near to?
Yeah, in our downtown area. So, I mean, I remember, I don't know what year it was, but I had a couple offers from France. I had a couple offers, but at that point in my career, it was, you know, what deal was the best for me? You know, at that point, I had my daughter. You know, this is my job. Okay.
So money matters, just simply.
Money, yeah, because it's like now people depend on me. You know, people are depending on me. It's not just myself. They're depending on me, and you know that was just another. I wasn't so focused on how strong the league was, because France Pro A and Pro B is strong. Yes. I know guys play there, but I wasn't focused on that. Like I wasn't focused on, okay, this team has 5-6 EuroLeague teams. This team has Euro Cup. This lead is top 5. If a top 5 team wanted to pay me, and a bottom 20 team wanted to pay me more, like I was going there. I got people depending on me. You know, this is my job, and you know,
Fully understandable.
so
right?
over the years, I started to understand, and it's like maybe I could have took that because that was stronger, but I didn't. I don't regret none of the decisions because again, I would rather say I'm feeding my family than to say, oh, I played in Spain and France and
It was nice atmosphere.
It was nice. The
weather.
beach was fine,
I was
but
lying on the beach, right?
I could have made a lot more money in, I don't know, some other country. For me, I was like, I'm cool with that. I can go visit those places though.
Yeah,
I can go there and visit it. So
Well, I mean, it's responsibility for the family.
definitely.
Let's talk about this New Orleans.
My city, man.
Your city, and you suit to this city. The city and you match to each other for sure. You know, sometimes you see someone and think that this guy suits to the city, this kind of city. I don't know why, because I've never been to New Orleans, but I know just the pictures, I know the atmosphere from the movies, and I know you a bit, and these two details match to each other.
I guess that comes from growing up in the inner city. You know, we always found a way. We always found a way to party and have fun with everything. Like, we just found a way. We would have a parade, have a band. We called it second lines. So it's a band, and almost the entire city just comes together and walk through neighborhoods playing music, just for no reason.
Okay.
Just because, one of the bands wanted to play that day, and now it's a big thing. Second line's a big thing. So now, and my dad actually was one of the people that was a part of the organization. So, they would dance and make their own outfits and costumes and stuff like that. So my dad was a part of that. So it was like any good thing that happened, a second line band was coming. We found a reason to party for everything. We found the reason. So it was just like, I didn't like it so much at first because I don't like walking. But my dad did it, my brother did it. So I would walk out there with him. And over the years, it's like, okay, anything that happens good in New Orleans, we're going to find a reason to celebrate it. So I guess I would say that's part of my spirit of always just being up about any little thing. And
yeah, that's what I'm saying. The spirit of New Orleans is visible when somebody is looking at you. I don't know how to describe it, but it is something like that.
It's a part of, everyone that asks me about it or tell me what they know about New Orleans, they never been there, man, y'all Mardi Gras, French Quarter, y'all always partying. And it's true. We will find a reason. We will find a reason to party. And I think that's part of it.
These are not the parties getting drink or something.
No. I mean parties through the neighborhood.
Having fun.
Yeah, we would go through the city.
Yeah.
That band would just go through the city and each neighborhood. So, people will come outside and they'll hear it. And then they'll see these bunch of people just dancing in the street with a band. And then they're walking. It's like, okay, I'm going to join. You leave your house and then you join. And then there's thousands of people just walking around the city.
This makes the city be original. And you are original as well. When somebody look at you, your look, your appearance. Yeah. Do you like this kind of originality in yourself?
Yeah, I love being different.
Different, right?
I love being different. Like I said, that started from that. That's different things, but for me, I adapted to that, and then I want to be I love to be different. I want to do things different. For even dressing different, acting different. I want to be different.
Yeah, you shocked our fans in the last game when you got this kind of T-shirt. That was okay. That was positive, but also some kind of.
Because I wanted, I wanted to, I told them, they were like, you have to have something Anvil on. I'm like, I'm not wearing the whole, outfit. Here. We wear this on the road all the time. I'm like, I need to wear something different. And I'm like, you know what? I do have a blue shirt. We are blue. Let me see how I'm gonna mix this up.
Check the blue shirt. Amazing. I
was like, let me see how I'm gonna mix this up. And that's just me wanting to, stick with our colors and put the blue on. I had the blue hat. The blues didn't even match each other, but I didn't even care. There was two different blues, but I didn't care. So
right now, when you're sitting here wearing this hat.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
why? Just because of the appearance, because of the look, or because you want to put your hair, I don't know, together or
Two things. One, my hair looks terrible. I haven't had my
I know
hair
that story,
twisted.
but you can tell to our fans.
I haven't had my hair twisted, and it looks terrible. If I show you a picture of what my hair should look like and what it looks like now,
Can you show your picture of being bald? Please, can we do it? I will interrupt for a second. Drodzy Państwo, jest niesamowita sprawa. KD był kiedyś bez tej fryzury. Pokazał zdjęcie. Mam nadzieję, że się za chwilę zgodzi. Te włosy mają około 10 lat. KD, 10 years of growing up this...
yeah, this will be 10.
So can we show the picture of being bald, please?
Being bald?
Not right now.
Not now?
You'll send me.
Okay, I'll send it to you. Okay, I'll send it to you. I actually like the bald head though.
So what about this head right now?
You know, this just me, you know, it's how I wear my beanies. You know, this is for cold weather. But I don't
It's not
wear
even cold right now.
It's freezing.
No, it's not.
For me, it is. It doesn't get cold in New Orleans.
No, it's not.
Listen.
I dived into the lake 2 days ago, 3 days ago.
Listen, in New Orleans, we don't. This might be the biggest jacket you have to wear in New Orleans.
Okay.
Maybe a bigger one in December for maybe about 2 weeks. At the maximum, you'll wear a big jacket for 2.5 weeks. I remember on Christmas Day, I went out with a short sleeve shirt on because it wasn't cold on Christmas Day.
I don't remember White Christmas in Poland actually, but it will be freezing in January, February for sure. You know something about this.
But we don't get this in New Orleans. We don't.
Okay.
No chance. It's like like right now, if this weather was in New Orleans, everyone is wearing their boots, their big jackets with the fur on it, the big puff jackets. If this weather right now that's here, it's in New Orleans. Yeah, everyone's breaking out the Timberland boots, the big jackets with the big hats on because we don't get this kind of weather.
You're a person who like to wear differently.
Yeah.
So it should match.
Yeah, I like it.
If
Yeah,
you could
you know,
wear
like
some kind
even wearing my hat now, they're like, "Yo, why you got the hat flipped up?
Yeah.
And you wear it all the time." I'm like, how many people you see here wearing a hat like this? Nobody.
Nobody. Maybe Jonah, maybe James, Cavell.
Maybe.
Maybe.
It's different. And they don't even wear it all the time like that.
But is it part of yourself? You are like this from since you remember, or is something you taught yourself, or just you want to pay attention, take people's attention a bit?
It started off again.
I mean, you know, hair, clothes.
Right. It all started like, it's gonna sound like I'm saying the same thing. It all started from my brother. Like it really did. Like it all started from watching him dress, watching him and his friends dress. Like, you know, they wanted to dress different. You know, so they were wearing like the loud color shirts and the loud color shoes. And this was 2000, 99, 2000, 2001. Nobody was wearing that type of stuff. They were. And everybody was looking at them like, what do y'all have on? Like, why do y'all have that on? Like, y'all look crazy. Like, y'all look like clowns. Y'all look, They was wearing it. So over the years, like, I'm like, okay, that's different. So when I was in middle school and, you know, me and my guy, my best friend, and we was wearing certain stuff, and then we would see 3, 4, 5 people with the same thing on. And then we were sitting there like say we're at a party and we're like 3, 4, 5 people either have the same thing we have on or have like that one but a different color. We would look at each other like, man, we don't even want to wear this no more. We don't want to wear this no more because they're wearing it. So then it's like my brother's like, well, start wearing this. Like, wear this. Wear this. And nobody's wearing it. Everybody's like, man, what do y'all have on? Y'all wear anything. But us wearing anything started to be like, that's nice. I wouldn't, like some people would say I wouldn't wear it, but you definitely put it on. Like that, it started off like that, like, yo, I wouldn't wear that, but yo, that's nice.
So for example, if we had some kind of pink jersey, game pink jerseys,
I would love that.
You have been love.
I would
probably
love
loving this.
Ooh, I would love the pink jerseys. I would love for us to have pink jerseys.
And red shoes. In the same moment.
I would love it. You know what I mean? So it's like, for me, I would love it. And like I say, previous years, I was wearing all color shoes. Like I was wearing yellow shoes. I was wearing stuff that didn't match my uniform. That was my goal. I would not buy shoes that matched the uniform.
Actually, by not matching,
Like
To each other, it matches.
but not even the same colors.
Okay.
Like when I was in Cluj, okay, we were, it was simple, black, white, and gray. I was wearing purple, yellow, like pink. I didn't want to wear black and white shoes because the first thing all my teammates wanted to do was get shoes that matched the uniform. I did not want to match the uniform.
Our colors are blue, white.
Oh, something that's similar to no. I want those shoes that has 5 colors on it. I've had yellow shoes, I've had purple shoes, I've had pink shoes, green. Like I was just wearing any and everything. And then people started to like, okay, that's nice right there. Like I like that loud color, I like that. And that's all I needed to, like I wanted that, okay, I like that. Okay, let me go get another pair.
But maybe you agree, probably, hopefully you agree, but your originality is also visible, can be spotted on the court. You know what I'm talking about right now?
Far
About
as
your mid-range shots. Nobody does so many mid-range shots as you.
that's true.
There is one guy in our league, Tomasz Śnieg. Tomku, pozdrawiamy. A PG from Spójnia Stargard. He doesn't shoot 3-pointers at all. He's PG, but he doesn't shoot 3-pointers. So only him. And you.
And that only came from me charging people too much. Mid-ranges came from me not having control of my body. So in high school, I grew to be 6'2", 6'3" my senior year. So I was driving the ball to the basket and people start taking charges. But I was not stopping. I was running right over them, trying to lay the ball up. So I was getting 2-3 offensive fouls. My coach is like, stop doing this. Like, stop. I'm like, what do you mean stop? So it started from, I'm like, if I beat you, I knew that I was faster, I could jump higher. I'm just gonna go to the basket. Nobody's gonna jump with me to try to block my shot in high school. Go to the basket, charge. I was like, okay, I'm getting sick of this. Like, I'm getting tired of it. Coach got tired of it. So he started to drill me on stopping and shooting off the backboard. I didn't like going full speed and stop and shooting off the backboard. So he's like,
it's not natural, actually.
It's not, but that's the only way he felt that he could stop me from running over people. Because I actually cost us a few games like that.
Okay.
At the end of games, I'm going, guy takes a charge, I go up, offensive foul, no basket, game over. It's like, okay, now I have to stop doing this.
So that was your coach's wisdom.
Yeah, because he's like, stop. It's like, if you just stop and shoot right over him, you'll score a lot more. I'm like, but I could just lay the ball up over them. They're not going to jump with me. They're not going to call every charge, but they were calling a lot. So it started off, shoot the ball off the backboard. Stop, go fast, stop, shoot off the glass. I didn't really like that. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to shoot off the glass. But I was too close to like try to put, you know what I mean? I was right in front of the block. So I was like, well, try to back up a little bit. So then that started the mid-range. Like that started me taking the mid-range. Didn't like mid-range either. Because I'm like, I can finish at the basket. I'm like right there. I can just keep going one more step. And this is when I can jump. So one more step, I'm at the rim. Like I could possibly dunk it or lay the ball up. That wasn't working. I got injured my senior year. I twisted my ankle, going to the basket. If I would have stopped, the guy would have kept running. I kept going, stepped on his foot, twisted my ankle. I was out in high school, and I was like, okay, that can't happen again. Like, that's enough.
Do you think that this mid-range shot right now is, through this drilling, you made it perfect right now?
Yes, it was practice. It was not even just practice, because you can practice it.
Perfect level?
I wouldn't say that.
Can athlete be perfect in basketball?
No.
When you are Kobe Bryant, you can.
Still, I always feel like I could be better. You know what I mean? Shoot that shot better. Because I kill myself. Like, if I miss a mid-range shot, like, I'm like, I shouldn't have missed that. I feel like I should make every mid-range shot I shoot, I feel like it should go in. Every one of them. I don't care if someone's guarding me. I feel like every one of them should go in because I practice it so much that I feel like I should be perfect shooting that shot.
perfect means no missed shots. It's impossible, obviously.
So now I still have some. I have something to reach for.
When you are standing behind the line, 3-pointer line, what happens in your head? Maybe should I try a 3-point attempt, or maybe should I go?
Should I get to my spot? Yeah,
to your spot. So
that's how it was in the beginning. It was like, yeah, I can shoot this shot, or I can get to that spot where I'm pretty sure I can make it. I'm pretty sure I can make it at a higher percentage.
What makes you make 3-pointers?
Just not thinking. Don't think. Shoot
Impulse.
it. Don't think it.
Impulse.
Shoot it. My college coach told me, you're not gonna miss all of them. That's what he told me. Because I was having games in college for like period. I'm talking about 5-6 games where I didn't even attempt a 3-point shot.
Really?
And I was averaging 17 points. He's like, just think about if you make 1, possibly 2, you'll be one of the highest scorers in the country. I'm like, yeah, but if I take 2 more mid-range shots, like I know I'm gonna make that. He's like, think about it. I was average, and my senior year in college, I averaged 17 points. For almost the whole season, I averaged 20, but I had a few games where I didn't shoot so well. But I averaged 17 points. I was second in the conference in scoring, and I almost led the conference through the whole year. And I didn't shoot any 3-pointers, and I played guard. They were like, just think about if you make 1 or 2 per game, and you already average 17 points. I already had games where I scored 25. I had games where I scored 27, 28 points with no threes.
Can it be possible right now?
No, I'm gonna shoot threes now. No, I'm gonna shoot them. No. I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna attempt them. I'm gonna at least attempt them. I might not attempt a lot of them,
But some.
but yeah, I'm gonna attempt them because I can't tell my secret.
Did you have situation when you are wide open behind the line and you make this step further?
Previous years,
previous years.
So many times.
So many times.
I
Your
would take.
coaches got irritated probably.
They would.
Easily.
So bad.
Yeah.
They would get so mad with me. You take 1 step in front, why not just stand there and shoot it? Like, it was just, I felt like in my mind, I know for a fact I'm going to score that shot. And then
I can imagine situations when your coaches, for example, were trying to punish you financially because of not making 3-pointers.
not financially, but they used to make me run. I had coaches I had one Serbian coach who used to make me run. If I shot a 3 like with my toe on the line or like right in between it, he would make me run. He would tell me back up.
And you run.
Yeah, I have to go to practice and
No
I'll
choice.
run for doing that. He would tell me back up. He didn't care if I shot 2 steps behind the 3-point line. He just didn't want me to shoot 2 steps in front of it.
Okay.
I still didn't listen. I still was, because I was programmed a certain way.
Yep.
But over the years, I had to realize, like, if I'm going to evolve my game to the next level, or I'm going to play in a bigger league, a stronger league, I have to. Even if I don't make them, you have to be a threat. They have to at least for a second think, he's going to take this shot. And I have all the confidence in the world in shooting it. I was more of, if I calculate the risk, I'm gonna take the higher percentage one. But my coach was like, listen, you got to get to the next level. The next level, you're not gonna miss all those shots. He's like, think about, you're a great penetrator, you have a great mid-range. At that time I was jumping. He's like, if you make 1 or 2 threes, just say my first 2 shots are 3-pointers. As a coach, what do you tell your guys? Come closer? I'm gonna go around you. What do you tell your guys? And that's when it made sense to me. I was like, well, he's like, what did he let you shoot 2 more threes? You just made 2. They're gonna let you make 3, 4? Some coaches will. And if you make 3 or 4, at some point they're gonna say, you know what? Get closer to him. Now you go around him and you dunk, you go around him, you make your mid-range, and now you're a complete player. I'm like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Like, now it makes sense. So
The connection has to be there between the coach and the player in this kind of situations.
Yeah.
And I think you've got this connection with our head coach. For sure.
Yeah. Oh, he gets on me too. He gets on me about it too. And it all starts from a mental side too. Like, they can tell you to do it, but I've been playing so long, I was programmed a certain way, especially in my younger days. And as I got older, like, it started in Ukraine when I was playing for this Serbian coach. So once I got older, it's like, okay, shoot the ball, man. And then it's like, you see 1 or 2 go in, and you already know my enthusiasm. I'm all over the place. If I see another one go in, okay, you're in trouble now. I make 1 or 2 of them, you're in trouble. 3 or 4, it's gonna be a long night for y'all. But now it's to the point where just me taking the 3-point shot makes teams, what do we do? What kind of day is he having? What kind of day is he gonna have today? He make 1 or 2. It can be a long day because he's gonna get to his mid-range shot for sure. So that was just like I said, with Coach, he's always on me about taking 3-point shots. If you can believe it or not, he tells me to take more 3-point shots because he understands that it makes coaching harder for other teams. Because how do you guard me? Because we have Jonah, great 3-point shooter, Luke, James, and I'm on the floor with these guys. They all shoot threes. So just imagine if all of us shoot threes. Who do you let shoot on a certain night? Because if I make 1 or 2, we know James is a career shooter, Jonah, Luke. Okay, I'm the one who's the driver, get to the basket. But if I made 2 of them and I'm hot, who do you let shoot? You let this guy shoot because he didn't make so many? You know Jonah, you know James, and Luke can make 3 threes, back to back to back. So what do you do? So that makes your coaching decision a lot harder.
That interview was mostly about you, but you started a second ago about team. What do you think? What first comes to your mind when you think about our team right now? First thought, Anwil Włocławek, season 2021-22. What is the first word which comes to your mind?
Family. Right now, family. We're so close. Not even talking about basketball. We're so close. I was surprised.
That can be a fundamental for something.
I was surprised.
Treat us here.
I was surprised. I was surprised how we all mesh together. With all the personalities we have, we all mesh together from, like I said, usually it's, 2, 3 guys here, 2, 3 guys there, 2, 3 guys there, the local players, the foreigner players. It's not like that here. It's not like that. It's everybody together. From me and Seba being shooting partners, and me and Shimon being one of the older guys and we clown with Camille. Everybody, it's we're together. And to be honest, in the beginning, I was surprised that we were this close with young players and older guys. So the first word I can say like that is family. Together. Together be better. Together.
Together. So I will repeat what I said at the beginning of this interview when we are talking about your injury. There is a light in the tunnel.
The light is bright.
In this context as well.
The light is bright.
Katie, thank you for your time.
No problem.
Thank you for the time.
No problem.
A lot of stories revealed.
Yeah.
Probably nobody knew them before, so